And welcome back to the next episode, the second episode of Man Sharpens Man. I'm your host, State Raised, and I guess we kind of got to start on this little sad note. A little bit of an apology to start with. I'm not going to have a co-host today. I'm very sorry, but my buddy Dave was not able to join me. He will be joining me soon, and I will have a co-host, because this is called Man Sharpens Man. It's not called Man Rants. So, we will have Dave on here as my co-host eventually. He just does not know what's going on. Like I said, I didn't tell him what was up. I don't want to speak this thing yet. I just want him to show up and jump in here. Me and him have some pretty explosive conversations. And with just a little bit of format and a little bit of goad, and I think that he'll be totally down with this. But who knows? He might tell me to stick it in my ass. Like I said, I did 11 years in prison. He might be wondering what the fuck I'm calling him for. With such little, hey, come on over, buddy. The two of us are going to do something. Just the two of us. No, I don't think he's thinking that. Dave's my bud. He knows what's up. Well, he doesn't know what's up, but he knows what's not up. And what's not up is that. But welcome back. This is another episode of Man Sharpens Man, and I'm State Raised, and let's just dive right into things. Got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, all kinds of things. I wish I had Dave here to bounce things back off me like normal, but he is not here right now, so I guess I just have to make do. It is the Olympics. The Olympics are over. Kind of sad. I was kind of getting used to pretending like I was interested in gymnastics so I could check out the chicks. Getting kind of sad. But it's over. The Olympics are over. There's some amazing people. You see that? The Bolt? That guy Bolt? Oh my goodness. That guy is fast. He acted like he was screwing around too. He just like is taunting you like that. Yeah, it was insane. He's a cheetah. He's superhuman. He says he's done, though. He says that's it. That's enough gold medals. I wonder if those are real gold medals. Has anyone ever wondered that? They always bite at them. I know they're not biting them for real, but is that real gold, or is that just show gold? Or is that... Because that'd be a heavy gold necklace. I don't know. I don't think I ever have to worry about winning one. Kind of disappointed. I really don't have to worry, but I play racquetball, personally. That's my sport that I choose to go suck at a couple times a week, and I've been getting better through the years, and I have a little bit of background from prison. I played a lot of handball, as you can imagine. Dame bola, dame bola. Shout out to all my Mexican homeboys. I used to play. That's the only thing I ever learned. Give me the ball. That's the only Mexican I ever learned. Spanish. Sorry about that. It's the only Spanish I ever learned was dame bola. It means give me the ball. It's my serve, motherfucker. But yeah, no racquetball in the Olympics. They got a chick tumbling around with a ball. They got a chick tumbling around with some batons. They got a chick tumbling around with a streamer. I think they even got dudes tumbling around with that stuff. No racquetball. Like, I'm not really trying to say, like, it's the best sport. But it's a sport. It's actually a sport. You can tell who won. You know that there's an actual game going on. It's just not fair, people. It's not fair when you find out that your sport that you love isn't in the Olympics. I didn't realize it before. I never knew. I did not know. I just got into racquetball and thought, man, this is really cool. You know, Elvis, a little fact, Man Sharpens Man. Elvis played racquetball the day he died at 3 o'clock in the morning. He actually had a racquetball court built on Graceland. He was addicted to that shit. But it is addictive, like that Mountain Dew I'm drinking right now. Shout out to Mountain Dew. Give me some money. But anyhow, yeah, no racquetball in the Olympics. Seems like a bunch of crap to me. They have all these other pussy-ass sports in there. No racquetball. Oh well, Olympic people, hopefully you're listening. Hopefully you will listen one day if you're hearing me. Put some racquetball in the Olympics. Come on, man. Come on, please. Please, please. But yeah, the Olympics have definitely been dazzling me. The water, that Loki, you see him, the swimmer? I mean, I love the Phelps representing for the potheads. I mean, I know he's not a pothead. If he was a pothead, he would not be swimming like he is. But he's a weed addict. He likes weed. There's no way he doesn't like weed. He isn't Bill Clinton. He didn't just hit the bong once, and neither did Bill Clinton. But I'm just saying, he is a cool dude because he smokes weed and he gets it done, just like I do. So that's why I really like him. But that Loki, whatever his name is, the fucking god of chaos, the other swimmer, the Eminem-looking ass dude with the blonde hair. Yeah, I'm sure you all know who I'm talking about. He lies about his armed robbery. Lies about it. Lies and says he was robbed. I don't know what the story is. I don't know the truth. We never will. We all know that. Sounds to me like he kind of vandalized a bathroom and ended up getting kind of bullied out of paying for it because he didn't think he needed to. What a surprise. He's spoiled. But anyhow, I'm just saying he lied. He lied about this shit. And why'd he lie? To look tough. He did it to look tough. I know that. 100%. There's no way that's not... I mean, every lie has a motivation. Every lie. People don't just lie for... Well, some people might just lie to see if they can get away with it or fuck with you. But most lies have some kind of motivation. He was lying, trying to look tough. What a fucker. In the joint, they call that's being like a dayroom gangster. Not so much a cell gangster. Cell gangster, that's when you threaten people when the doors are locked. But the dayroom gangster, that's where you sit out there in the day room and you try to convince everyone what a badass you were. How much dope you used to sell or hoes you used to pimp and smack. What a thug you is. That's what Loki was doing. Same thing. Just not in a day room on a big stage, and he got fronted off. I'm glad he got fronted off, though. Fuck him. You don't deserve that. What the kind of shit is that? You want to be some kind of badass like you're Dirty Harry. You're a fucking swimmer. That you wear panties and swim. I could never get in. I couldn't get into the swimming. The panties, the men's panties, I couldn't wear that and swim. No. I just couldn't. I mean, I don't know. I just wear some fucking shorts. It should be part of it. Anyhow, I just don't got the body for it. I'm sure lots of us don't. Some of y'all listening, you probably look beautiful in men's panties, men's swimming panties. But I can't go for it. But yeah, that Loki, he's a cell gangster. That's just what it is. Just a dayroom gangster, a wannabe thug. Just talking. Like most of them guys in there, they all talk shit. Half the time they got a CSC case. And that's not cash and stolen checks. That's criminal sexual conduct, if you was wondering. Or pedophile, whatever the word you want to use is. Oh, there's not a shortage of them. Not a shortage. And the fuckers are they lie just as much, and they do the same thing Loki does. Try to sound tough, even though what they're doing is fluff. But yeah, they sit out there in the day room and talk shit like they got all kinds of drug cases, and they was moving keys from overseas. They was moving keys. They wasn't doing anything. They didn't even have, the drug case they had was they drug a little boy into the bushes, or into the rec shed at the softball game. That's their drug case. Yeah. No fucking drug case. But on the real, there's some killers in there though. Like we all know. Thank God. Thank God they're in there. But there's also some real athletes in there. I mean, I know no one is shocked. No one is ever shocked to find out that an athlete is a criminal. But sometimes people are shocked to find out that criminals are athletes. But not that much. I mean, what do you got? You got all day to work out. That's what everyone says. Problem is everyone in there is fucking around so much that it's always locked down and shit's always closed. So I mean, your all-day theory really flies out the window unless you just want to do some sit-ups in your cell, which you're only gonna get so far curling fucking sleeping bag, curling fucking pillowcases full of water in your cell. It's only gonna get you so far in life. So you need the pit to be open, and in order for that to happen, people need to act like assholes. And generally speaking, on a daily basis, that's really hard to achieve every day. So you get locked down a lot, and you have a lot of time where you don't get to work out. But the times where you do, lots of guys in there take full advantage of it. And there's some cold-blooded motherfuckers in there. I mean, there's people in there that if they let them out to play football or something now, or baseball, or just any whatever given sport, box, there's some guys in there that can just box your ass. Tommy Hearns, I was in there. Not to name drop. I don't know too many famous motherfuckers, but I will name drop right now. I was in there with Tommy Hearns' brother, Harry Hearns. Not sure what his case was. I think he killed his girlfriend or some shit like that. I don't really know. But what I do know is this motherfucker could stand about 15 feet away from a concrete wall. It was the wall that was intended to play handball on, but sometimes he'd go over there and just hold it down. No one really spoke to him about it or had much to say. They said, we'll wait to play handball. Go ahead. Go ahead, Harry. Let's see what you got. And he would go over there with that soccer ball. And he would volley that thing. And I use the word volley. I know I'll describe it a little. He would keep the ball in the air and kick it with a series of, I don't even know the words for the types of roundhouse kicks and up kicks and swing kicks and axe kicks. I mean, he'd a fucking kick, and once in a while he'd punch the fucking thing. But he'd keep the ball up in the air. And like I said, he was probably 12, 15 feet away from the wall, and he would snap and hit the ball with such... It was a soccer ball, by the way, but he would hit, and he wasn't practicing soccer. He was fucking practicing killing you with his bare fucking hands is what he was practicing. And he was doing it out in public. I mean, he didn't need to. No one fucked with him. I mean, that, oh, you get to joint, you jump on the biggest guy. No. No one jumped on him. No one ever got to the joint and jumped on the biggest. That's the stupidest fucking thing. If you've been running, if you have friends that are going to jail, do not tell them that. Just quit saying that, people. Quit telling people that. That's the stupidest fucking advice. Go to jail and jump on the biggest person. Are you kidding me? Don't even go there and jump on the smallest person. Go there and make some friends and chill out. Like I said, this is a podcast. I wanted to call it Man Sharpens Man, and I really wanted to talk a little bit about my time in prison, too, and tell you guys some stories, because you see all this bullshit on TV, and oh my God, it just makes me sick. They put such a fucked up spin on it. It's not real. Like, it's not, and it's not that bad in there. I mean, if I was gay, it would be way worse. Them gay guys hate it in there. You think if you thought I was going to, I thought I was going a different way with that too, but no. Seriously, prison is not that bad. It's just, you got to keep yourself busy. It's just like the world. You just got to find something that makes you happy and do it. And in there, there's a whole bunch of crap you can do. All kinds of stuff. Problem is most people don't do it. They don't sharpen themselves. And they have a beautiful situation where they could easily sharpen themselves up, and they do the same thing I did, and they come out just as ignorant as I did. So, I mean, I'm not talking shit about anybody but us. So I'm really hoping to get some ex-cons listening to my show. I know that our men and women of the military, they come home and they deal with a lot of PTSD, and they deserve a lot of help and a lot of credit for that. Don't get me wrong. If I didn't think it sounds so corny, I would applaud you right now. But I applaud you, verbally applaud you all. But just the same, I don't want to take anything away, but the people coming out of prison and out of jail, we don't get no love. Most of us, we don't deserve no love. But that being said, just because something doesn't deserve no love doesn't mean it shouldn't get no love. And we all come out, we all have that little PTSD, because it is high strung in there, and there ain't no landmines, but there is landmines in there in a way. You say the wrong thing or step in the wrong place. I almost got the ever-loving shit beat out of me one time because I walked between a guy doing push-ups and a guy standing near the guy doing push-ups. I didn't know he was. It was a Melanic Muslim thing. They would never do a exercise without one of their, religious brothers standing nearby to guard their position, because they would be in a vulnerable position when doing crunches or sit-ups or push-ups or whatever, pull-ups, and someone could sneak up and bounce a padlock off their head at that time. So they would be extra vigilant. And I was unaware of this vigilance, and I walked between two of them. And it was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. So the guy, Norman X is his name, just comes unglued and blows my shit out. And I fold up like a lawn chair. Tough ass me. Yep, he's standing there. He's guarding his homeboy that's doing push-ups. And because I violated the sanctity of their space that I was unaware of, I had my shit fed to me. Luckily, he didn't knock any teeth out. But all the same, he folded me up like a lawn chair. And I use that phrase because I earned the nickname lawn chair that day. But anyhow, Norman quickly recovered and got down and helped me up, actually. Helped me to my feet. And walked me close to this bench that was in the little workout area. And we both sat there for a second, and my bell was rung. I was in a very fucking strange place. I had just been punched, and now the guy that punched me was helping me. And as we sat there and I started to get my wits about me, I realized that he just did not want to get in trouble because he had almost just killed me. And I don't think he expected me to be quite a pussy that I was. But To put it in perspective, I was 17 when I got locked up. I weighed just over 100 pounds, and I was made out of nothing but fucking Doritos and Kick energy drink. So I wasn't exactly the picture of health. So I really don't think he expected me to go down like a sack of taters like I did. So he held me up, and we sat on that bench for a minute. And then he asked me why I had walked in between those two. And I told him I didn't understand what he was asking me, and he said that he explained what I just explained to y'all. I'm not going to go back through it. But he basically broke it down to me. And he told me, kind of like the sheepdog punching in with the wolf, that me and him were officially enemies, but that didn't mean that we couldn't kind of be alright. And that was some pretty fucking weird shit. You have to imagine. You have to imagine that. Just imagine it. Yeah. Weird, isn't it? But that was one of my first realizations that you don't have to be wrong to end up getting your bell donged. I was trying to be clever there. That was a weak attempt at cleverness. But you don't have to be wrong to get jumped on in there. So it is like a landmine in a lot of ways. You're just walking around, just waiting for someone to fucking freak out for no fucking good reason and beat the shit out of you. So it does. It could lend itself to PTSD. And I know I suffer. Not only do I suffer and have suffered with it, but I suffer with the ability to be able to talk to it or even be able to bring it up. But now you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to play with it like I like to play with everything, like a toy. And I'm just going to laugh about it. And that's kind of what this Man Sharpens Man is about. It's about getting that off, too. Getting that off. But it's all, I mean, I would love to think that I even helped one person with this. If one person is listening to this and I helped them, I'd love that. That'd be great. And telling these old stories, it helps me. And it gets me to thinking about, and not everything is bad. You know that Norman X, like that hurt. He knocked me hard. He hit me on the side of the head. It knocked me. It hurt. But I got a kind of a funny nickname, lawn chair, out of it. Because I folded up like a lawn chair. So a bunch of people started calling me that. Yep. They was calling me lawn chair in there for a minute. So I just kind of rolled with it. I just went, what am I going to do? What the fuck am I going to do? Tell them not to call. Don't call me lawn chair. Beat me up and then call me lawn chair. So, no, I just went with it. It wasn't too bad. It went away after a while. Funny story, I got out. When you get out of prison, some girls, not enough, but a few girls, were like, oh my gosh, you've been in prison. And it like impressed upon them a little bit, where they were a little more giving, a little more nice, it seemed like. And anyhow, they would be kind to me just based on the fact that I was in prison. And I met this one girl, and I will leave her name. We'll just call her Brandy for the sake of argument. But I met this girl. Brandy, you're a fine girl. That's why I come up with that name. But we'll just call her Brandy. And Brandy, you're a fine girl. But I meet this girl, and I'm kicking it with her, and she finds out I'm in prison. So I'm up at the McDonald's, bawling out, flexing on this chickie, telling her how badass I am. I can tell that she's eating it up. I mean, I'm not pouring. I don't want you guys to think I'm that big of a douche. I'm definitely not pouring it on that thick. But I'm not pushing her away either. But I can definitely sense why she likes me. Well, she hits me out of the blue with, did you have any nicknames in there? And boy, I didn't have that many nicknames in there. I mean, they didn't call me state raised in there because I was still a kid. I hadn't even been raised yet. So I had a couple different nicknames, but being put on the spot like that, I couldn't think of one. And instantly, I just said the first nickname that I could remember. My first nickname I got, I said, yeah, they called me Lawn Chair. And she giggled, and she said, why'd they call you Lawn Chair? And then I remembered that I was trying to be tough. And that really didn't jive. So then I had to spend the rest of the evening trying to make up some bullshit why they called me Lawn Chair. And I don't know what I came up with, but it was weak. It was weak sauce. But the story has a happy ending. I didn't need very strong sauce. So the story still had a happy ending. But I was on the spot. I was on the spot when I told her my nickname used to be Lawn Chair. It was a big oops. It wasn't a proud nickname. I had kind of forgotten that fact as I told her that. That was a nickname that was given to me as a result of me going down quicker than Newton's apple. Newton's apple. I wonder if that guy really got to pondering gravity because he dropped an apple or because an apple fell off a tree. I know there wasn't cable. There wasn't much to watch. Maybe you did watch apples fall off trees. I heard once that Galileo invented the flat map by dropping an orange and like the way it's peel, like flatten out. It gave him an idea on how to make a map. I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of weird though. Two major things that were possibly invented by the dropping of fruit. Very strange. Maybe there's more. You know what? I'm not even sure. This is Man Sharpens Man. So next week, I am going to be correct. I'm going to check this shit out. Look, I'm making a little note. Look, here's some noise, paper noise. I'm making a note. That's real. I'm actually making a note. But I'm going to look that shit up. And next week, we're going to find out about the apple, about the orange, and we're going to see, is there any other major scientific or historical discoveries based on the dropping of fruit? And there might be, who knows? There might be a bunch of fruit dropping stuff. It happens constantly. Fruit is dropping all the time. It's an epidemic. Fruit is just dropping all the time. But I think that's going to wrap this episode of Man Sharpens Man up. I'm starting to ramble, it sounds like, to me almost. I don't know about to you. I'm going to miss you guys. But I'm coming back. Don't worry. I'm going to come back. I told you I'm going to do this thing. I'm doing it. It's Man Sharpens Man. Dave ain't here yet. But it's Man Sharpens Man with Dave and State Raised. And Dave's not here, man. But Dave will be here. I'm going to call him as soon as I'm done again. I think this time I'm going to tell him, look, check out my podcast. I haven't even told him about it. I'm going to tell him, check out my little broadcast. And this is what I want to do. He'll listen to it and he'll understand. So then he'll be here. So I expect him here the next time. So I will not disappoint. But I hope you guys will get back with me. This is Man Sharpens Man, and I've already sharpened up since the last episode. I'm no longer using my personal email. I have a new email account that you can contact me at. It's way easier to memorize. It's mansharpensman77 at gmail.com. mansharpensman77 at gmail.com. And why 77, you ask? Because they made me put a number on there. And it's the year Elvis died. And Elvis loved racquetball, like I love racquetball. And I love all you guys for listening. And if you have been listening, or if you just started listening, or whatever, tell your friends, tell everyone. This is going to get so much better. This is Man Sharpens Man. This isn't man dulls himself and gets shittier every week. This is Man Sharpens Man. So every week, I'm going to get better. So if you're out there listening and you know something about audio or video, or anything, SpaghettiOs, if you want to help me at all with this Man Sharpens Man, get a hold of me. mansharpensman77 at gmail.com. Get a hold of me and let me know what you can do. Your skills, your money, your support, your love, your vibes, your negativity even. If there's some trolls, if you would like to troll me, I've opened myself up to this. Tease me. Blaze me. There's a comment section. Talk about how shitty this is. I'm actually going to try and put a little video of this. It's not going to be of me. It's just going to be of stuff. I don't know what it's going to be. But I'm going to try to put something that appeals to your eyeball with this so it'll be more clickable on YouTube. Because that's my only venue right now. But like I said, if you know anything about anything and you want to jump on board, Man Sharpens Man, get a hold of me. I'm building a team. I got one and a possible right now. So give me a shout if you want to join the Man Sharpens Man team as well. So like I said, that's going to wrap it up for us today. Thanks for listening. Peace Pot and Microdot.